How you feel?
I'm super excited to smash this Demolition Derby car. But yeah, of course I'm nervous. I'm about to get in a freaking 40 car accident. On purpose.
All right.
Yes! Aww.
Hey baby, where are we?
We are at Most Wanted Fine Art in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
That's right. You know, we come through Pittsburgh every so often. We always visit friends of ours, and today we're here, of course, hanging out with our friend Jason Sauer,
right.
The owner and the artist behind Most Wanted Fine Art. And, you know, gonna have him tell us a little bit about what he does, right?
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
So Jason, tell me a little bit about Most Wanted Fine Art. How did you guys start it?
Well, we started Most Wanted Fine Art out of a car trailer. 1999, 2000, we named Most Wanted Fine Art, came to me. It was the theme of my Demolition Derby car that year. So we were on Penn Avenue. We lost all of our parking on Penn Avenue, and we wanted to have bigger space to build the sculptures and etc. So that's how we came up here on top of the hill underneath the water tower.
Awesome. And you guys are really getting the experience up here between the kids and the dogs in the background, but this is just typical of a busy artistic environment. I mean, right? You don't get much different.
It's inner city.
Tell me a little bit about your art, especially like what do we have behind us?
It's kind of fun to say. Professionally, I make Demolition Derby cars as fine art. I build them, I drive them, I smash them. This was the 29th or 30th years I've been smashing Demolition Derby cars consecutively. We turn them into sculptures, but we also make paintings. So we've built ourselves a nice art studio here to make paintings. So we do enamel paintings on aluminum plates, and then we make Demolition Derby cars and smash them. So just 2 nights ago, while you were here, I was at the Keystone Nationals, one of the biggest shows of the year, and we managed to get probably 12th out of 80 cars. We drove a car for 62 minutes for the first heat making art, and then 45 minutes in the next heat after that. So I got to be in numerous car accidents at high rates of speed, and I'm here to, I lived through it to tell you the story of art making.
So definitely a multi-talented artist. Obviously you're creating visual art and you're kind of doing performance art in a way, right?
Yes. We've got like performance folk art.
Yeah, and is it painful either physically or emotionally to let go your pieces when they get smashed up?
So I paint a lot of Demolition Derby cars at the track, so I watch my paint jobs get smashed, and that's been a passion of mine since I was born. I love watching cool paint jobs get smashed. I think that's a fun way to do it. I don't find the paint jobs precious. I save the enamel paints as precious objects, but the Derby cars are, it's a flux, it's a flow, like it's never gonna end, and I'm just at this moment of time. I'm just painting cars, and it's like a happening. You have to be there if you want to see the car. If not, you'll see it on the internet, you know. But
right, I'm sure you take pictures beforehand before you smash them up.
sometimes we paint so many cars I don't get to take any pictures, so I rely on people to tag me. In them. But it's a fun time. I get to paint people's dreams. I get to paint their ideas. I get to paint their identity with their family, and so I paint a lot of tributes to people.
And then destroy them.
That is the nature, exactly.
Well, you know, and we are all for that. We are fans of street art and graffiti, and we like to take lots of pictures of that because it's not there. Oftentimes it gets, you know, covered over. We're huge fans of body paint, which literally gets washed out in the rain. So, you know, it makes you be very present in the moment, I suppose, when you're doing that type of art.
What I think is hilarious is that he makes the art in the demolition process, you know, like the painting and all that stuff. He doesn't consider that making art. It's when he goes to the Derby and gets the car all smashed up and mangled and destroyed, that's when it becomes art in your mind.
That is absolutely the truth, because that's the art making process for me. I'm releasing all the energy and everything I ever do. That's what, you know, making art is for. You know, art might be therapeutic. Mine is definitely at a high rate of speed with really expensive equipment, going against other people with the same thoughts and dreams. And we're out there just to smash them. And I just love to see the cars crumpled up. I love to see the wrinkles in them. And we spend a lot of time building our cars so it doesn't wrinkle, because we build it at the pro division. So it takes a long time for our cars to wrinkle, and when they finally do, it's magic.
Tell us about the car that you just smashed up a couple days ago.
Sure. So what we got here, Dr. Brian, is a 1975 Chevrolet Caprice. We picked this up out of North Carolina, right there by my wife's house from the Firs. And since December, we went to Art Basel in Miami with this car, and we went to a mural festival called Basel House. And at the festival, the Brujo, OG Drew one, and many other artists put graffiti stickers all over this car. And there's stickers all over this car, supposedly from every country on planet Earth except Antarctica. So we've counted, there's about 700 stickers on this car. So we really created an art piece in Miami, and I let anybody do anything they want to this car for 3 straight days, and it was nothing but debauchery. And I kept sending all these saucy videos back to my wife, and she's like, "Act like you've seen this before," you know, because I ran out of camera. There were people waiting in line to be debaucherous with this thing. So it started off a really fun life, and now we built it all summer long. And what we've done is we've had plates and we've had heavy bumpers, and we put fancy motors in here, and this stuff is all like these wheels I'll use over and over again, but the frame of the car and the body of the car is what gets used up over. And so this is where the art is made, is that these wrinkles and these cracks and these things that John Chamberlain, the sculptor, would do himself with machines, we do it, and the identity of the piece is me crashing the car as a driver.
So what exactly is going to happen to this one, Jason?
Well, this car this is the new series. This is the first car in a new series. We have 5 cars coming out with all these stickers on them. And what we're going to do is we're going to carefully cut off just these outer skins of metal and hood and roof. And we're going to find some of these bumpers that we didn't use, like one of these chrome ones here. See this chrome bumper? And we're going to make a big pile of metal. Then I'm going to take it down to the scrapyard where they let me make art. And they have a machine that looks like an upside down lotus flower with like these grabby blades of like a lotus. And they're very strong. And what they'll do is they'll squish this pieces of metal into the ball that I want. And I can kind of tell them squish a little here, squish a little there. And then they'll make a giant sculpture out of this for me. So it's final piece. My goal is to have a 6-foot sculpture by 4 or 5 feet of this car as a bundle of ball. And I really can't explain it without using my hands.
I don't blame you, and I absolutely love it, as I love sculpture. I'm looking forward, and we are always back, and we will definitely be back to see that.
These are the parts off another derby car that we have coming up. It's the second car in the series. So this is what I call a moquette. These are the sill plates from where the door is, and if you can imagine, these are what bumpers are supposed to be here. So as we step up in size, we have the moquettes, and this is made out of just the interior parts of the car that would normally be scrapped. And then these are the parts of the derby car. As you can see, we're already in a demolition derby.
Right.
And so the next one is add 3 or 4 more bumpers. And I'm not sure how we transport it or how we get it anywhere, but what we're going to do is squish it, put it on the trailer, and then figure out what we're going to do with it after that. So that's why with this open cavernous space, we can put giant sculptures in here.
Yeah, that's awesome. And the colors, I could see how that would work so well, you know, to have all the spray paints, and then when you put it all together with the silver and whatnot, that's so cool.
That's the goal. So yeah, I'll paint the end. So what you see here in the green will be the sticker side of the car, and what you see in purple, I'll have to pre-paint.
Sure, yeah, very cool. So I have one more question for you, Jason. What do you think about that Prius over there?
You know I want to wreck with your Prius. If it's not already known, I've wrecked a Prius before.
Yeah. What's the surprising attribute of the Prius that people don't realize that makes it fun to drive in the Derby?
It has tons of torque. It has so much torque. It'll put you in your seat. If you get right tires on that car, once you get all the glass and everything that's heavy out of that car, that electric motor really puts down, and people couldn't catch me. I was afraid of how tough it would be, but it has a 5-star crash rating, which gets me pretty excited. And the front end of a Toyota is is known to be strong.
Well, that's promising. And so we'll see. My Prius Sally currently has like 217,000 miles on it. They say they can last to 300,000 plus sometimes. I don't think she's probably going to make it, but I would think it would be a very poetic end with everything and everywhere that car has been across the nation, to have somebody like Jason end it that way rather than just in some junkyard. So we will see what happens in the next year or so to come. We may be back here doing some fun stuff, or maybe bringing it to Art Basel or something. It's hard to tell with everything going on right now. But
on that note, that's been another episode of
Sarah and Ryan.
Hey, thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Thanks, Jason. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Also, honestly, thanks for putting us up. We've been staying with this guy for like a couple of nights so far, and I think he's ready to see us go.